guys, Dave from Dave's Glory Shopworks here, and on this episode we're continuing part 8 of our cheap 440 build. So last I left it, I found out my heads are warped and I have to get them planed. No big deal. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is get the rest of my machining work done to them before I send them out to the machine shop. That way I'll be ahead of the game. When I get them back, I can do a final assembly on the valves and I'm done. So what I do when I port my intakes, what I'm doing actually this time is gasket matching. There's a difference between gasket matching and port matching. So we're gasket matching. I've marked them out in red paint where they don't line up with the intake valley pan. I bolted it in place, centered up the bolt holes exactly as I could, and whatever outlaying area, that's what needs to be cleaned up. If you remember, I showed you they're very narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. The head's upside down right now. So I'm going to clean these up, and I'm going to go in about 3/4 of an inch to an inch maybe, and that's going to be my blended area. So follow along and we'll try to make this as quick and painless as we can. So my weapon of choice is a regular old extended carbide cutter. This one I believe is a snap-on unit. Doesn't have to be snap-on, it just happens to be what I bought at the time. The fine carbides are great for cast iron. You want a really coarse carbide made for aluminum if you're doing aluminum heads. If not, this will just gall up and get full and it won't cut anything with aluminum heads. But without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, that's where we're going to leave this video. So simple tools. I used a carbide cutter, and then I used a flap disc, sanding flap disc for my die grinder. And you can use electric die grinders, anything rotary. If you use a drill, it's going to take a lot longer and you might end up killing the drill. But you can see we got the ports opened up better now. They look a lot more even and I'm much happier. I could keep on cleaning and adjusting till they're near perfect, but I run the risk of going thinner than I want to, and that's not what we're here for. We're here for just opening up the simplicity of it. You can see here too, here's two original intake and exhaust ports, and then you look at these two. Nicer, much more open. I did tag the, I nearly tagged the sealing surfaces, so I just got to go back and adjust those up when I lap in the valves, and everything should be just good to go. Alright, video might be a little bit longer than normal, but I'm going to speed up the footage and do my best. I hope you guys can kind of catch what I'm saying, and I hope you all have a great time, and we'll see you on episode 9, where we continue working on the cylinder heads and getting this 440 closer to being built. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your subscriptions. Take care, everybody.